Hello, I'm Fiona. I'm really happy to be here, and thanks very much for having me. I'm really excited to be talking to you about something that has truly inspired me and has really reaffirmed my decision to work in this amazing sector. So today I want to talk to you about two people who have really inspired me. The first one is somebody who's inspired me throughout my life, and the other over the course of the last 9 months. So, sorry about those more embarrassing childhood photos, but on the right-hand side is my big brother, Jamie. I'm not sure who the strange girl is beside him, but never mind. He's kind of the reason this campaign has affected me in such a profound way. The person on the left-hand side you might recognise or might not, but his name is Johnny Benjamin, and he is the face of the Find Mike campaign that he launched in January 2014 with the help of Rethink Mental Illness. I'm sure there are lots of things that these two don't share, that they don't have in common, but I know there are two things that they do share. First thing is schizophrenia, and the second thing is that they've both come close to ending their own lives. Thankfully, and this does have a happy ending, neither was successful with the latter. But as the biggest killer of young men in the UK today, suicide and in turn mental illness need talking about, and that's why this campaign is so powerful for me. It was a cold January morning in 2008 when Johnny, having recently been diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, decided he'd had enough. He went to Waterloo Bridge, determined that he was going to jump into the Thames. He just couldn't see how life could ever get back to anything like normal. A complete stranger stopped, offered to buy him a coffee and said, "You can get better." Not words Johnny had heard from any of the health professionals he'd spoken to during his recent diagnosis. 6 years went by, and 6 years after that event, Johnny decided he wanted to try and find this stranger. He wanted to just give him a hug and say thanks. And with the help of Rethink, the campaign Find Mike was born. And I just want to show you this clip because it's going to take you through the campaign from start to finish. And then I will start to talk about the fundraising aspect of this campaign.
He was the first person to give me hope, and his words actually prompted my recovery. Now I need your help to find him. When he walked through the door, I was just a bag of nerves. I've never been so scared in my whole life. Oh yeah.
How you doing? Good.
I'm ready.
How are you?
I'm alright.
Yeah?
I'm alright. You?
Good.
I didn't instantly recognise him, but there was something there. There was something that was familiar about him as he approached me.
I saw you on the TV. Yeah, I saw you speaking on the TV. Don't be nervous, honestly.
And then it was when we sat down, we began talking. There was a moment when everything just came back to me, and I could see him there on that bridge, and there he was now in front of me, and it was just overwhelming. It's just unbelievable, because, oh my gosh, like, you know... Do you remember me? Yeah, now I've seen you, like, it's all coming back. Really? You standing inside of me, and...
He definitely said, it's all coming back now, and I can remember your mannerisms, and I can remember your voice, and, you know, I can see you.
You can tell, like, he understands, and he doesn't judge, and just sits there with this kind of, this big smile, and I think everyone could do with a friend like Neil.
What happened over the course of the campaign was absolutely astounding. Find Mike became the top trending topic on Twitter in the UK and even made it as far as South Africa, Australia, and Canada. It got 44,000 tweets on the first day alone. Johnny appeared on daytime morning breakfast show, and a Facebook account was set up which got Rethink 5,000 likes and 2,600 new Twitter followers and a 5-fold increase in traffic to their website. Having not really set out with any expectations of actually finding Mike, after all, Mike might not want to be found, might not see the campaign, but Johnny thought it was worth a try, and if nothing else, it would importantly raise awareness of mental illness and get people talking about schizophrenia, which wouldn't be a bad outcome either, and it might even raise some money. Add to the fact the campaign was turned into a 45-minute long documentary, which told the whole story from inception to reunion. But it's not all just hugs, TV premieres, and appearances. This campaign really worked. First and foremost, it found Mike, or Neil, as he's actually called. Secondly, it got people talking, really talking. Stephen Fry, Boy George, and Nick Clegg all got behind the campaign, which helped, but it was the general public who responded in their droves. I think the timing with this campaign was really key. It was a dreary January morning, and quite rare for mental illness. It was really uplifting with a really positive ending. It was one person's experience, which is really key to this. And the campaign was launched exactly 6 years after that day on Waterloo Bridge. So it had real meaning too. And it offered a straightforward call to action, just find Mike. And it was asking you, there's a potential reward. Could I be the person that finds Mike? And just by sharing a link or retweeting something on Twitter, that I could be that person. It does help that Johnny's a charismatic and articulate individual who kind of broke down the myths about what it is to be schizophrenic, with some of the YouTube comments really reaffirming this. Vitally, though, Neil played a huge role too, so he was so willing to be part of the reunion, and the reunion video actually got 1 million views itself. So onto the fundraising bit. Did it actually raise any money? And I must say a huge thank you to Rethink for handing over all of these numbers. The answer is yes. There was a text to donate number during the film itself, asking people to text Mike to give £3. That was then followed up with a phone conversion campaign, and there was a launch event to which lots of bloggers were invited. They also tied in Find Mike with their spring appeal, and they got record-breaking results. Somebody actually gave £10,000, which was a first for them, and many other gifts were in excess of the usual giving levels. So it was a huge success for the charity. It took just 2 weeks to find Neil, but the campaign had longevity beyond just that fortnight. It trended twice, the first time with Find Mike, the first time with Find Mike, the second time with Found Mike, and they then launched in April of this year a campaign called My Mike, which was asking people who had been through similar experiences to say who their Mike was, and the messages are really heartfelt. I'm just getting the 1-minute warning, so I'm going to hurry up a little bit. So what can we take away from Find Mike to use in our fundraising? So I think the first thing is, if you have somebody like Johnny who's happy to share their story, and bearing in mind, how ill Johnny was, I just think this is an incredible, incredible feat. If you have somebody like him who's happy to be in that position, use them. People give to people, and one person's plight can trigger an incredible response. Secondly, social media doesn't cost much. Find something with shareability so you can use a hashtag across multiple channels. Here it was used as part of a wider integrated campaign that enabled it to go viral. But make sure you plan your social media campaign thoroughly and be ready to respond quickly. And thirdly, and this is really important, and I know it's already been mentioned today, but Rethink allowed Johnny to be the focus of the campaign. They were very much in the background, and in fact, a lot of people didn't even realise that they were the charity behind this campaign, which is really admirable. They didn't try to splash their logo over everything, and it is a really authentic campaign. Good on them. So I'll finish up now, but just to say, I wouldn't really use the word lucky to describe Jamie and Johnny's situations. There are hundreds of thousands of people who didn't make it, who haven't had a mic when they've needed them. And it's that thought that will keep me striving to always improve my clients' fundraising. Hope you enjoyed my talk. Thank you very much.